And I'm recording it now. I just want to get the last bit in of it. I don't want any copyright.
Wow. Nearly 7 years of hurt behind that. Very big team news for Arsenal. David Raya is in goal. The Champions League debut 4 days after his Arsenal Premier League bow. Alexander Zinchenko played for PSV in the Champions League 7 seasons ago, one of 5 with previous experience of this competition.
Damn, that's how much our fans have missed the Champions League. Well, as soon as the anthem started playing, they all get up and do a massive cheer in the back.
Leandro Trossard starts after Gabriel Martinelli's injury at Everton, and also back involved tonight for Daniel Levy.
I don't know about I really don't. We'll see what happens.
Captaining
Well, if he plays rubbish, I'm sure we'll still get the job done.
It will be a player who made a Champions League debut at the age of just 15. Martin Odegaard, strong set. For PSV, Arnold Kochak makes a Champions League debut, newly signed from Southampton. Ibrahim Sogare, the strong man in midfield for PSV, has moved on to Nottingham Forest after the playoffs. Ismail Saibari scored 2 in the second leg round of Rangers, and Luke de Jong looking better than ever back at PSV. 5 goals in qualifying, and he scored in all of his last 6 games. And incidentally for them, Hermin Lozano has returned, and he is on the bench for PSV. And just before we get to the action tonight, we will pause to remember all the victims of the terrible catastrophic events.
Is it 8 o'clock
in Morocco?
Yeah, it's dead on 8 o'clock now. Minute silence for Morocco. Shh. It's not silence. I'm talking.
So, the story of Arsenal FC and the UEFA Champions League resumes. It used to go something like this. Get through the group stage, then make a ritual exit, normally in the round of 16, which is where the road ended in all but 2 seasons, following Arsenal's sole appearance in the final itself. A sequence of setbacks which started here against PSV in 2006-07. But this is a new Arsenal, of course, and a very new goalkeeper, of course, attracting so much interest.
I'm shitting it.
Very fairly back up until last Friday to Aaron Ramsdale. And it's not an ideal night, given the torrential rain which we've had in North London from about 2 o'clock today. Danny Jesus gets the ball rolling.
Oh.
Or so he thought. Telling that it's going right back though, and it will do again to the new goalkeeper. Welcome to you, Lucy. We spoke about Raya and his ability with the ball at his feet, and I think we've had a little glimpse of what Arteta's thinking is right from the off. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at the goalkeeping situation, and Arteta has been absolutely ruthless.
Zinchenko, what was that?
Crowd favourites.
He's won it back.
He's not afraid to do it. He's brought Raya in, and he obviously wants him there as his #1 goalkeeper. Interesting times for Arsenal.
Laid back by Luke de Jong, who's in the form of his life for PSV. And there are threats all over this side, and you don't need just to take Rangers' word for that. So good, so strong in the preceding qualifying round against Sturm Graz, also making headway immediately. Raya got across that nicely to cover on his near post, but Noah Lang has hit the ground running since signing from Bruges, replacing Xavi Simons, who was sparkling, scintillating for PSV last season. But he's standing up to the test as well.
This stadium is absolutely buzzing. Everybody looking forward It's the return of the Champions League. I just see it as an evolution, the next step in Arteta's squad and what he's developing. PSV, like you said, well, no months whatsoever. Exciting teams, probably a little bit weaker at the back, but the forward line is certainly really threatening.
Huge decision, really, isn't it? To change the goalkeeper, but he has done his best to try and explain himself. All the explanations don't mean anything. It's what we see on the field of play tonight.
Listen, when you decide, you divide people, and that's Arteta has to do that. He has to make big decisions, and Ramsdale has done absolutely nothing wrong, and he must be absolutely gutted. But he's a top goalkeeper, and I'm sure that there'll be a mix between them as the season goes on.
Some really good service by Rice out to the right-hand side during that win at Everton. Oh, he got ball inside, was beautiful. It's a very good recovery by Mascagni.
That's a good.
What we're used to seeing from Arsenal, they've not really clicked in those attacking areas so far this season. But
Good ball that from.
they're winning games,
That?
they're unbeaten, and they're certainly looking for that sort of control at the top of the pitch.
That was a goal kick.
Gabriel Jesus so sharp. So it's been a really flying start for Peter Bosch, the PSV.
Bosh!
I will only add this, you know, there have been a few honeymoons where it's all gone brilliantly through his career. Ajax one season, Borussia Dortmund briefly, Bayer Leverkusen really strong 18 months, but it generally then tailed off, and more so really at Lyon, where it fell apart for him. He has to get this job right, and we can only say he's made an outstandingly good beginning.
Yeah, he certainly has. And Leon, I think his gung-ho style didn't really suit French football, but I think PSV, the way that they started this season, you know, the qualifying in the Champions League, the goals, they've scored at least 2 in the last 8, which is unbelievable. You know, so they've come into this game flying, and they know that Arsenal have been conceding here as well at home, so they will come thinking that they've got a chance.
4, 4 and 5. The 5 against Rangers, of course, 2 4-0 wins in the league. They are top in the early weeks of the Eredivisie campaign. Point clear of last season's champions Feyenoord. They've been runners-up 3 years in a row, actually. Here's Zinchenko. Do we refer to Zinchenko as the senior statesman in Champions League terms tonight? I think we probably do. The semi-final and the final. Not that they were very happy for him.
Yeah, listen, there's some inexperienced Champions League players who might have that sort of experience that he's had, but there's others that are big game players, like the likes of Kai Havertz, who's not particularly slotted in as well as he wanted to, but he has got the experience in the Champions League, and that's probably why he's playing. And this, I think the lineup is suited to him as well.
Difficult one for Saliba in the corner. Well played, White. Bakayoko on the edge of the box. Again, PSV, very bright, very lively up there. Luke de Jong entitled to have a swipe at that.
Bayern Munich.
9 in all competitions already this season, but he's just not looked back for a second since going back to PSV.
Yeah, probably in the form of his life, to be honest. The only Arsenal last season, throwback striker. You see already in the opening minutes of this game that they're not afraid, PSV, to commit players forward and attack very, very quickly, try and get the ball into the box.
They do look sharp, PSV.
Skelton and Fearman are the men in midfield for PSV tonight. Well, here's Serginho Dest, an arrival from Barcelona. He went to Milan, didn't really happen for him there last season, but he can play both sides, right and left, and Bosch has used him on both sides already. Odegaard. Difficult ball that for both Jesus and Saka. If only he'd left it to me.
That's quite interesting because it was a disguised pass, wasn't it? And I think it actually fooled Jesus as well. And just went beyond, didn't he? It's a great little regain and Arsenal.
Saka onto his man quickly. Walter Benitez is the goalkeeper for PSV. Bakayoko. At right back, Jordan Tezu. And Bella Kocha, what an opportunity for him. He played here for Southampton, actually, in that 3-3 draw, which did so much to hurt Arsenal on the run-in last season.
That was really well thought of Bella Kocha as well, only a young player. An aggressive defender, lots to learn, but he certainly, in terms of his stats, tackles and interceptions, good awareness as well for a young defender.
Rolled out to Saliba. Inside pass by White to Saka, coming off his flank as he loves to do. Odegaard knows the spaces to the right. Saka to the left, into the traffic he goes. Bukayo Saka.
Oh, it's just too many. Oh!
Nothing doing. That's why the
No.
referee moved, and now PSV
Keep it
looks to
going.
get moving the other way. With Lang. Dion is not the paciest in truth, and Saliba sees him off comfortably. In terms of Arsenal seeing off PSV in Europe, they have done it on a few occasions in the Champions League era, but let's remember last time round, one victory apiece. Granit Xhaka got a winner for Arsenal here. Dion was among the goal scorers for PSV in the return fixture in the Europa League.
Come on.
Odegaard.
Oh. Yes! Oh, not a goal already.
Arsenal start in the grand manner. In front against PSV. Saka made it look so easy. Fittingly.
Hope that's not offside.
And then man. An Arsenal man. The emblem of the new era, a new Champions League era, and he's the first player to score in this new era, in this competition for Arsenal.
Tell you what, they started brightly, threatening that Arsenal. Runners willing to go beyond. Jesus does make a difference in that 9-0 drop, and he'll create space. But down that right-hand side, it's happened a few times already, even at the start of this game, that the runners have been there.
Oh, he's way on.
First to react. Great start for Arsenal.
It's still a developing team, but when they all are on song and carving teams open, they're so easy on the iron, so difficult to contain.
And I think even Arteta will admit that they've not quite clicked in those attacking areas yet this season, but there's a fluidity and a confidence about this young Arsenal team. A pleasure to watch.
Ismail Saibari. Bakayoko. Ryan sees it off his left side comfortably enough. I don't think Bakayoko got that as he would wish. Good riposte by PSV.
I think we've already seen what PSV are all about. You know, they're quite happy to commit players forward. They've got quick players on the counter. They'll try and punish Arsenal when they push players forward, but it's just a certain amount of control that Arsenal have got in the opposition's half at the moment.
PSV actually looks so good.
Zinchenko.
Is that unexpected?
No.
Right?
No.
Quite nice, isn't it?
Elsewhere in this group, an early lead for Sevilla against Lens. Ocampos has put Sevilla in front. In the other game in Group B, Odegaard and Saka in tandem again. Ben White joins in.
Why did you put that on?
You didn't seem to make much of an effort there.
Back in there by Trossard. Zinchenko. Odegaard again. Here's Declan Rice. Rice might be permitted to think, this is what I signed up for here. It's the way Arsenal are starting.
Yeah, big game player as well. Rice enjoying himself out there.
Just a shame goal for Havertz.
First Champions League goal
PSV are not
in 6.5 years. Arsenal won it against PSV. I know they're retreating well. I thought it was like only PSV because I thought like they were apart, but at the start of the match, PSV were electric. They're pretty good.
Very difficult to defend against, but PSV
Pace,
need to lock off.
to be 1-0 up against a good pace team is
That's right, aren't
pretty
they?
good.
not really used to being under
Yeah,
much pressure.
definitely better than around the
times
big
after
game.
this brilliant start to their season, Lucy. 8 wins and a draw.
Talk about players enjoying themselves. The Saka certainly has not been doubled up on. He's used to. He'll probably enjoy that sort of freedom tonight.
Just turned it infield to Young. Somebody took up a good position. He got Bakayoko on his outside. Bakayoko gets to it. It might have pressure on the arm.
Oh, come on.
Play goes on. All the PSV fans under the clock end in unison shouting there for that penalty.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah.
A couple of times now. I mean, it hit his arm behind. It's out away from his body, but he'll be gutted as a player if that actually was given as a penalty against you.
It's a bit like that one on your test, wasn't it? When she said turn left and there was a bus line. And you couldn't actually turn left right at that time. You should have turned into the bus line.
No lag. To Dest. Fearman. Odegaard's up to him. Lang again. Saka back to fill in that little gap.
Yeah.
Better catch up.
Oh,
Sabani
that must make sense.
Oh, bloody hell.
That must make
scooted
sense.
away from
They've got some good pace,
Gabriel.
but stay firm, stay firm.
White's did a great job there, shielding his centre backs out to the far side, and now White has got to stop Lang if he can.
Always, and they're not always. It's
And he
not
does.
always relevant for the time.
PSV building a little bit of momentum after the shock to their system.
Yeah, they don't seem to be affected by the Arsenal goal. It's quite interesting. Both full-backs are inverted.
That shaped to be a real tester, I must say, for Gabriel Jesus to run onto.
Both Teza and Dest are going inside into that central area just to try to stop Arsenal overloading those central areas, which is quite interesting. Normally we'd see Zinchenko, when Arsenal do have the ball, sort of in central midfield, because he just adds really elite technical ability and it enables Arsenal to control what's going on.
It was the head of us, Oliver Boscagli, a very accomplished defender, really getting his career going again now. They are down a couple of their senior defenders and have been for a while because of injury. Mauro Junior and Armando Obispo not available to Bosch at the moment.
Oh.
PSV with a really proud European record in their own right. And the reason is, you pointed out, Lucy, that they're not panicking, being behind in a game. Unbeaten in 26 matches in all competitions. That's the best current run of any club in any of Europe's top 7 leagues.
Yeah, they've been really impressive at the start of this season. They know that they've got players on the pitch that can score goals. Yes, defensively they might have been weakened slightly, but I do think that, you know, they've come here thinking, well, Arsenal do concede at home, so they think we can score a goal.
Bosch was a Feyenoord player back in the day. And that's fell at the Ajax Academy of Football, and 1 year as the senior man in charge, completing the treble in that sense of the big three in the Netherlands.
Yeah, enjoys free-flowing football. He likes nurturing, developing younger players. Seen quite a few famous ones, Mertz as well.
Kai Havertz takes over. He played under Bosch at Leverkusen, actually. Now Saka. Odegaard outside him. Saka goes again. Trossard just had to stop for that. Zinchenko, Trossard again. Puts the air on it, Gabi Jesus. Doing his best to manufacture a skill there.
Saka is really he's only got one defender up against him, and he's in the Premier League quite a lot of the time that he'll be doubled up on. It's a great strike from Odegaard, but just the reaction from Saka. An academy product. He couldn't have scripted it better.
Nice help on the other way by De Jong to Lang. And a good stretch by David Raya.
I was about to say Ramsdale. Really?
Saliba. Now
Rice, baby.
Swiftly on to Zinchenko and now Trossard. Wonderful winner at the weekend from him. Odegaard. Saka back to his skipper.
I got a ticket from Barcelona. Yeah, because I wanted
Trossard.
to turn left, and I didn't realise.
Wonderful play again. Break from the goalkeeper was almost ready for Gabi Jesus to tap it in. Odegaard had the hit.
Come on, if you keep playing just like this, we get a second on short enough.
Patient build-up from PSV, dropping so deep. They're just trying to deny the space in behind from Arsenal, but again, not engaging on the edge of the area, so just able to just 1 and 2 touch the ball about and create space for themselves.
They should have a bit
Gabriel
of
scrapping
time
with
as you go
De Jong on
into
the
it.
halfway line, and Rice again gets close to his centre backs, trying to bottle up
And it says the
PSV.
times on it.
They have to go back with it, the visitors. Boscagli, great turn by Lang. He's got a habit of scoring big goals on his debut, by the way. Something for Arsenal to consider. Bakayoko, who's emerged over the last 12 months for the visitors. Flying header by Gabriel. Didn't go very far, but he looked good, didn't he? Boscagli, waiting for us to react to that. It does reach Gabi Jesus this time, and he's got a lot of open space to run into, and he's got Saka with him. And PSV are in trouble again here. Boscagli gets out to Saka. He's rolled it to Trossard.
Too easy! They're not electric at the start. But I suppose class is cold.
Say what a finish that is from Trossard. He made it look absolutely simple. Again, PSV, you have to admire the fact that they commit players forward, but losses of possession.
I know you're probably not responding because you're watching the
This is from
Man
Jesus.
United
He
match.
was the one who reacted first.
2-0 to Trossard. I mean, one PSV was actually looking electric at the start, and I thought, oh, here we go. So now we're just like, strong of these. See, rather than saying, oh, PSV will win.
It should be clear.
No. I'm going to say later, because I'm sure we'll win by a few.
Breathtaking.
I thought
going
fans
forward
was
in the first 20
now they're going to say it's
on
only
their return to
PSV.
the UEFA Champions League.
You know how it goes, that's right.
Paul, I do think that PSV have shown what they're. We talked about the strength being in the final third. We've seen that in this game already. But what we've also seen is that they're not tight at the back. You know, you can't come away from home in the Champions League against a team like Arsenal who leave so many gaps.
You are asking for trouble, but Lucy, it's the way that Peter Bosch wants to play the game, and he's riding for a fall doing it here tonight.
Yeah, I thought perhaps would they be a little bit more compact, would they sort of keep bodies back, but they certainly haven't started that way and they find themselves 2-0 down.
Talked about being brave, but there's also a case for being foolhardy and maybe a bit of realism. That might be the thing that's held him back all through his career, but Arsenal have really got PSV where they want them at the moment. Jesus now, here's Kai Havertz!
Oh, Kai!
And I think about 60,000 people here.
No, that was your moment!
To end up in the net.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a difficult start, Havertz. I mean, he's been such a good player. You know, he just hasn't really fitted in as well as easy as he would have wanted to. Just looks lacking in belief, but Arteta's put his arm around him. You know, we know what he's all about. We know about his runs into the box. We know that he's got big game experience.
Gabriel is winning more than his fair share in the air against De Jong at the moment, which is another plus for Arsenal. A couple of nice, tidy saves for Raya as he beds in. All going rather well.
Yeah, Rice looks comfortable in front of the two centre-backs. Zinchenko has joined him a couple of times, but just to protect and to prompt. Usually those two there will do that, prompt and come from behind. Opposite movement in wide areas, really well timed and well drilled. Arsenal and particularly enjoying themselves.
Odegaard had so many options then, he picked out Trossard. Tiptoed his way past a couple there and almost in. Bakayoko back to his keeper. Now let's see who wins this duel in the air. This is usually De Jong's forte, remember, and he's not getting much change at the moment.
Yeah, De Jong, you want to get De Jong, and they've done it a couple of times, got the ball wide, getting the ball into the box, that's where you want De Jong. You don't really want him trying to, he's not going to stretch play.
Good win in the challenge by Schouten. Lang cuts in. Another great block by Rice in front of his centre-backs. Not cleared well.
Oh, come on.
Pierman sends it wide, Tezza crosses it, Raya plays it.
Yeah, that's where we see Riot at his best. His decision making, his starting position, claiming crosses, really assured.
Yeah.
Just stay in the left hand lane the whole time.
Yeah.
You never have to change anything, it just takes you where you want to go.
Yeah, it
You
does.
never have to change anything.
Nicely done by Rice. They're finding no trouble getting in the groove going forward, Arsenal. Jesus to Saka. Gabriel Jesus again. Great turn inside. Good stop by Benitez.
It's be 6-0 at this rate.
And it was needed.
Yeah, it's good from Arsenal, but needs to be better defending from PSV. The duels, Arsenal are winning all duels, when PSV try and press, Arsenal just pop it round them. But then they come alive, and that's where they like to get forward, but no, already 2 goals down, and need to start thinking about defending and then trying to build up an attack and get back into this game, but you really can't see it.
Last UEFA Champions League win for PSV, 2015. Long ones at the moment, I should think, tonight. Here's Trossard. Jesus turned into the space. Flying stop by Benitez. It could be 4 or 5 already.
Brilliant again. Jesus just twisted and turning, trying to find that little bit of space. Sent everyone the wrong way then. It's a terrific finish as well. Benitez.
Saka in the corner.
I know it's sort of, you see a direction to it.
Benitez stuck on his line. Couldn't get near the goalkeeper. There's a little bit of a nudge, and it wouldn't have counted, I don't think.
Arsenal known for the clever corner routines, just trying to isolate someone at the back post.
They're like every 200 meters.
It seems to be such a waste of
We've seen it be Rice, but that time it was Gabriel.
Whereas
To put so many roundabouts in
I
places,
just love them there.
it just uses up so much.
I don't know why they ended up with so many. I just love them.
Kajimi's levelled it for Lens away to Sevilla. Lens in desperate trouble at the start of this season after doing brilliant things in France last season. And of course, that is Arsenal's next port of call on match day 2.
Yeah, I could just put a teacher.
The game in France.
Well, yeah, probably would have been better off with it.
PSV hosts Sevilla. They might need the time between these two fixtures to shake themselves down a little bit and get used to the reality of life at this level. Of course, Sevilla, as streetwise as they come in European terms.
Be careful, Zinchenko, for God's sake.
Nicely done by
Good.
Zinchenko.
Yeah, Arsenal have coped with what PSV have thrown at them in the final third. They look comfortable defending, quite confident. You obviously the centre backs in 1v1 duels, they get back and in a good shape, and they do look good.
In these places. Where do you put the cameras so you can take photos of people when you do things like that? Yeah.
A good take by White, but he did get out-crowded there. Now Saivani cannot link with Langer.
Yeah.
Times I've seen Saivani play mainly, Lucy, for PSV, it's been wide in a 3 up front, but he's tucked in behind the front 2 tonight, and I just wonder whether that's playing exactly where Declan Rice would want him to be playing.
Yeah.
There's no space there, and you know the space here would be in wide areas
The
on the
problem
counter.
sorry, Lucy, the problem is that Bakayoko has come on the scene so brilliantly over the last 6 months or so, and he's a bit spoiled in that area, Bosch.
Certainly is.
Holding up the bus
I
lane
think
there.
alright if you drove all the way down the bus line.
Trossard,
To avoid.
confident. New Gabriel Jesus is on the move for him. Rosconi stands up to the test and gets a little bit of payback.
It is all the time. It's
Just doesn't give the centre backs a rest, Jesus. He's always looking, passing to feet, getting in behind if he can. Something really bright today.
Manchester United are behind in Germany. Leroy Sané for Bayern Munich.
Shocker. Shocker.
I'm told it wasn't a good goalkeeping moment.
behind in Germany, are
Okay, Bayern. Oh. Well, can't they still
Not
looking
going
at
to
not 3
he's
more
having a
down?
rough spell. I think everybody knows. Turned a little rough, hasn't it? Along with the weather, I'm afraid, for Aaron Ramsdale. Extraordinary circumstances in which he finds himself. He started 76 of the last 78 Premier League games. Remember, he was in the Team of the Season Premier League. 14 clean sheets.
What's happened to him?
He's just
Bakayoko.
been given a second.
Where does an
They're
Inter
just
make a save?
starting right ahead of him at the moment.
Alright.
Keep
Oh,
seeing
he'll get
glimpses
back
of them
there.
in the final third. PSV,
I don't know, it depends what Wright can do.
both full-backs. He won't be
Well,
pleased
yeah.
with the
Something
concessions of
might
the
only have to
goal.
be
And
demoted to the cups.
he knows that Arsenal will have, you know, the high proportion of control in this game, but just needs more from his team in the defensive aspect.
Savani. Manakocha. Zinchenko saw that all day. Skelton. Bakayoko going backwards. Teze also. All the way backwards. Does struggle with it, but he's asked the even more pacey line to continue for PSV, and White is backing up and backing up. Deflection on that, and maybe a bit of good fortune on the end of that. Raya adjusted well. That could have been tricky though.
Yeah, he's a threat, isn't he? Lying down that left-hand side, willing runner, quite happy to be direct, just face up defenders. Could have gone anywhere.
Gabriel. Trossard. Skelton.
The ball from Raya when he's playing it short, just trying to tempt in PSV, and they're falling for it. They are going in with a press with it, sort of 3 or 4 players, and then they just pops it over. A few short passes, then long over, and all of a sudden, then Arsenal outnumber PSV.
Terzier. Savary. Nice little bit of interplay, but it doesn't get them very far. Odegaard. Gabriel to Zinchenko.
Zinchenko?
Arsenal certainly look comfortable, and I think Arteta from last season thought that they'd become a little bit predictable in the way that they played. Perhaps that might have let them down in the end of last season in terms of the league, but added to the squad, you know, it's a deep squad now, it's diverse, they've got other attacking options like Trossard. Rice obviously makes a massive difference as well, and you know, they can just play in different shapes, they can be quite fluid and shift in the way that they play, and all players know exactly what they're doing, and I think that's so important.
Well, just don't stop passing it around the back. We need a third goal.
2-0 Arsenal up, 2-0 Manchester United down. Serge Gnabry has made it 2-0 for Bayern Munich in that game.
I'll make a cup of tea at half time.
Alright.
We've been going for what, nearly 35 minutes, and this is the first little period in the game where the tempo's just dropped a little bit, Lucy.
Yeah, I do think that the tempo's been controlled by Arsenal, though. You know, they've got themselves in a good position. Raya, he plays those little short passes. The longer one hasn't worked a couple of times, but that's what Arteta wants him to do. That's probably one of the reasons why he's in the team.
Kocha. Savary with Rice all over him. You get a bit frustrated here, PSV. All the measure of the good work of Arsenal, nothing doing again, and 1 or 2 players are starting to look to each other and say we need something different here.
Yeah, I mean, normally you would expect a team to come here and sit in a lower block and try and frustrate Arsenal, but PSV have given Arsenal lots of space and have been really dynamic. And what PSV have done in attacking areas has just not quite been enough.
Misplaced by Rice, and you know what, this is a club over the years, I think I'm right in saying, that have won best pitch in the Premier League year after year. That young man just looked down and blamed the pitch for that, and I think the groundsman will be lined up to have a word or two.
There's been a lot of rain, that's all I'll say.
Little gift for PSV, there haven't been many.
Yeah, just a little loss of concentration, and I think that
You see it's raining there.
a little bit of a worry this season has just been giving needless goals away at critical times. What you don't want to do at this stage when you've got PSV where you've got them at the moment is just give them a chance, give them a little chink of light.
I just thought it might be.
Now the obvious threat is Luke de Jong.
Oh, best player.
He's made for the back post. That's where the ball was intended to go. It was a decent little touch, I think, by Gabriel. Kept de Jong out and away from the action.
Well, they're certainly known for the set pieces, delivery into the box, scoring from them. They have the obvious target. Got enough on it there. Saliba.
Wide by Bella-Kotchap.
Tell you what, that was a chance. Bella-Kotchap knows that. It's a really good delivery. Outswinger. He was aiming for goal, wasn't he? Just drifted.
See what his name was
Past the
spelled?
far
I lost
post.
it. His name's Kotchap.
Alright.
Almost ketchup.
A reminder, you can follow all the action in the Champions League Goal Show. The programme available exclusively on Discovery Plus and TNT Sports 5. Later tonight from 10:30, all the Champions League highlights. And for all the very latest post-match reaction and Champions League content, please go to tntsports.co.uk.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, here we go.
Well, what score a goal? Well, they're off there.
Trossard, he's in behind Tezin. Gabriel Jesus!
Oh no! Might as well turn it off now.
No!
In North London. Arsenal already well set for the 3 points on the opening night in the UEFA Champions League.
Thank God it didn't freeze for like 22.
Tell you what,
1
everything
minute.
about that goal was brilliant. Highlight from PSV, really intelligent run down the left-hand side from Trossard. Clever little ball into the middle, terrific touch and finish. Quite a highlight, terrific. Some really intelligent run from Trossard. He knows that he's going to receive the ball. Good ball into him as well, and then it's about delivering it. And can you find your man in the middle? Nonchalant, touch and finish, terrific.
The big questions this season, how would Arsenal's youthful, talented, confident young men cope with life in the UEFA Champions League? One of the answers, well, they had a few who've been around, including Jesus, and that is his 21st UEFA Champions League goal.
We'll try.
And that's elite technical ability there. And that is the reason he's been brought into this club. Not just technical, tactical, it's obviously his mentality as well. He's a winner.
He might have been in again immediately, Lucy.
I hate typing on phones.
It's mad. PSV had been trying to sit deep on the edge of the area, a high line, no pressure on the ball, ball over the top. Not afraid to mix it up. Arsenal, in terms of the short passes that they've made, quite a lot in this game, but see that run from Trossard. Great goal.
Great move. Oh, foul actually by Havertz. Damage limitation has never been part of the Peter Bosch playbook.
Yeah.
What about right now in this game, given that it's just day one in the group?
I thought he was getting something out to write on, but I think it's a tissue. Wipe his glasses, check what he's watching.
We don't want to see his boat race.
No, I thought while they had a chance to maybe win like
Trying to get Dion on it,
3 or 4
I must
nil, but they
say,
expected
he
to
hasn't
finish
had a
up
lot
before
to work
half
with
time.
in this first half. Saliba's tracking him here. Bakayoko. Teza following in. Rise come for it, claims it easily. He's done everything easily, actually.
Yeah, I think the test for Arsenal now is keep a clean sheet. Can you keep a clean sheet now? Can you keep concentration? 3-0 up, the game is probably won.
Probably. You won't.
Arteta picks up Gabriel Jesus. That was after having a go at the referee about not getting a free kick. Broken up by Zinchenko. Odegaard. It's a bit strong for Saka.
Ødegaard does what he does best there. When Arsenal regain possession, he is usually the player that's involved a little bit deeper. His playmaking, creativeness, just a little bit in front of Saka.
Arsenal creative and then efficient in front of goal tonight. 3 from 7 on target. First of the night for White.
He's been kept honest tonight.
What's he doing?
I lamb down that left-hand side. I think he'll take that one, don't you?
Nigeria's in the box.
Another huge night of European football tomorrow on TNT Sports. Europa League and Europa Conference League action. Liverpool, Aston Villa, Brighton are all involved, of course. Among others, exclusively live on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus. And in the Premier League, Saturday evening, Burnley against Manchester United, TNT Sports 1, Discovery Plus.
It'd be funny if we win like 5-0 and Man United lose 5-0.
Here's De Jong.
Oh. It's 3-0 to Arsenal at the moment. Oh, come on, Stanford.
It was remiss of me not to mention West Ham United, of course. This has been a very good beginning to his new career. West Ham's Player of the Year. Maybe this is the moment to mention on his European debut for West Ham, he did get a goal, so he's still got a little bit to do tonight.
Yeah, he stepped up terrifically, as I suppose everybody thought he would do. Covers the ground well, makes good decisions. It's a game by the scruff of the neck when it needs to be. We saw that against Manchester United in the league.
Saka doesn't get anything. Been a dizzying first half for Dest, hasn't it? Can I play right back in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, Dest wants to get forward, but you know, you can't really do that against Saka. Saka's been given the freedom of the Emirates.
Problem is, Boss has got a real steady right back, of course, in Tezi, hasn't he? And it's become a fight for the jersey, really, between Dest and Patrick Van Aanholt, who's done very well recently, but he's only on the bench tonight. And this is Tez. Little near post ball, but Dion's not going to get to that.
Raya has certainly looked confident. It's a difficult surface for a goalkeeper. I don't know whether he'll feel the pressure of coming into the Champions League, but he certainly hasn't shown it.
No, you're right. PSV have felt the pressure big time.
We want 6.
Saliba. Played so well in this first half, and I think all Arsenal fans instantly are reminded of what might have been, arguably, if Saliba had not got injured last season, and if they'd been able to keep up the momentum then.
Thanks for reminding me, mate.
Bakayoko. Dest had come wandering right over from left back, but Rice was already waiting.
Rice,
pop it
sorry,
up.
I can't help swinging that way. I didn't mention it.
Gabby Jesus. Stopped by Belakovic, but he dropped for Saka invitingly. Boscani closed him down. Zinchenko with the header. Rice returns it. 1 and 2 touch. They're so easy on the eye, aren't they? On a night like this particularly, with the ball zipping along, skidding along in the rain. Now White from the back. Just the tiniest touch of an arm there.
The first time we've seen him like
Bakayoko.
that.
PSV trying to hit back in the closing seconds of this first half. Into the box he dances, but he can't dance past Gabriel.
And that's what Arsenal have got. They've got centre-backs that are quite happy to duel.
It's half-time. Thunder, lightning and torrential rain all through the build-up here in North London, but the storm came crashing down at kick-off on Bosch and PSV. What a start by Arsenal. The last UEFA Champions League game here, March 2017. It was a 5-1 game, but it was 5-1 to Bayern Munich against Arsenal. They're 3 up and counting on their return at half-time. Brilliant from back to front.
6.5 years.
Saka, Trossard and Gabriel Jesus,
What
and it
way
might
to
have
make
been
your
more
return
than Arsenal
statement,
3, PSV 0.
Whoops. Hopefully that's not much. I'll have it on mute because of copyright. Anything.
Very warm. Let's get my days.
No.
But after Friday, it's looking quite good for about 4 days. Sunny. I think the temperature's going up a little bit again. Up to 23. Apparently it was only 18, no, 20. Oh, it was 20 today. It's going up to 23 next week.
Yeah.
Which is quite warm, isn't it, still?
What am I do?
No.
What?
No. Of course I am. I'm going
Oh, I
out
did
there
it
now.
last night, didn't I?
I know what you was going to say.
What?
Can I do?
No, I
A
was
cup of
going
tea.
to say I did it last night. I thought that's what you.
Cheap.
I thought that's what you said you did.
What did I do?
What? Dinner.
Dinner and what else?
Ice cream.
And what else do I have to do out there?
Ice cream. I don't
And-
know. Washing up.
Yeah.
What?
The job in between. That's it.
I'll
Just
make
so
it
that
then.
you know. Right, I'll go out and do it and that's it. Cup of tea.
Look, it does this during the break, so I can't fix it.
I've got one word to get. And I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, I've only got 25. So I'm talking to myself.
Or you can go back to the main bit. Looks like I'm going to have to go back into it in a minute. But try and click live. Oh, there you go. Wait.
Well, I've got one word to get. Do you want to try and find out what? Do you want to have a look and see whether you can work out which one it is?
Wow. Look for the tweets.
I'll make you your ice cakes later. If you find it, you could have a look at if you got a minute.
What's this thing? This isn't. This one.
Shit, I'll kill myself in a minute. Oh, let's go and see if Bear will come in. Yeah. If you get it, I'll give you a 5p. You won't. If I can't get it, you'll be lucky if you can get it.
Well, what am I looking for?
There.
Oh no, this one here. Right.
I've got to find what that word.
4 little words.
It's very hard out of those letters. And I've got nearly I've got all the others.
Just look at the letters. Oh, it's gone off. Let's see. That's hot. I think I might have got it. I think I might have got it. Oh, hang on, maybe not. Bloody hell. I thought it was simple and I was about to spell a word, but there was no letter I was looking for, wasn't there? Oh no, every time I'm thinking of, I say, man.
This is an emergency. What will Stephen please leave to be from the house?
Hang on, I can't even swipe him into the box. Where do I put him in the box?
Don't come out here, Bear's done something in the tray.
Lively.
It only took them 8 minutes. Michael Bukayo Saka is the boy of the moment as well, isn't he? We're talking about Jude Bellingham in the last one, but Bukayo Saka, what a play.
Yeah, it's just perfect, isn't it, for Arsenal? The perfect start, settle the nerves, an early goal, an opposition that are playing risky football, let's say. Saka just putting in from his favourite right wing there onto his left foot. 2 defenders just watching Martin. I don't think you'd be too happy with that, though, your teammates, and it's a lovely, almost a bounced finish from Saka.
No, really poor defending here. See the fullback, it just goes to sleep. Saka keeps his run on, everyone just stops. Benakocha
I see.
doesn't react, and it's a really poor goal to concede. But Saka is the man, isn't he, at the moment?
Yeah.
And
He's the
Trossard is
man's
another one who
man.
I've been immensely impressed with. Only his second start of the season tonight, and he scores a wonderful second goal. This is a flowing move here. Jesus striding with the ball. It's really good decision making at speed. Look at this ball just rolled across, Michael. You love this. A delicious little ball across, and it's just begging to be hit. And it's swept into the corner. But his movement here, Trossard, just patient, following the attack, and it's done in a measured way. Good movement there from Jesus. It just clears out the space, and he's just got time to look at this, picks his spot, and just puts it right in the corner, sweeps it away.
Yeah, that was
I
on
love
20
this.
minutes.
I love that angle. I mean, literally skims the post. He makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
And Martin mentioned his movement. He didn't have to move much for that goal, but this second goal was all about his movement. We'll see it on the replay here, but here he is on the left wing. Again, just chopping, changing, floats a lovely ball over the top, and it's a nice touch.
I'm not going to get this.
From Jesus, and an unbelievable strike. But look at this. Just watch his movement there. The little spin. He's onside, and then he's
I've got a certain
away.
amount of life.
Again, no Martin. I mean, no one stopping the cross. No one stopping the shot.
No, but I mean, look how he measures the cross. Picks it. I mean, Jesus hits that like an arrow. I think that's 4 goals now and 11 assists from Trossard. 20-something million they bought him for. Since he's been at the club, I mean, he's looking like really good business. And that's what it's about. It's about the squad. Last year, they stopped short, didn't they, of becoming Premier League champions. And I think the squad hurt them. Now that he's back, Jesus is really good use. I'm
This is
already
not it.
looking
Okay,
at
but
what substitutes might need to come on with a big game coming up at the weekend.
Yeah, and it is a huge game coming up at the weekend, isn't it?
Oh, so
You
that was
mentioned a
for
risky game that
fuck's
PSV
sake.
are playing. I mean, they do play a very high line in this one, but they're going to have to find a way back, potentially in the second half. They
Ooh.
possibly change the way that they're setting up.
Well, now they're in a nightmare scenario. They could get stuff 6 the way they're going. How many times have you seen them running back to their own goal? I mean, they're playing
Without
an aggressive
bodies
type.
there, yeah.
Exactly, an aggressive type of game, and you know, I think you've got to, when you're playing something like Arsenal, you've got to show them a little bit of respect. And they've tried to press high, but they've been done, and now they've got a decision to make. Do we lose 6-0, or do we try to sit back and just lose 3 or 4?
I admire what they've tried to do, but at the end of the day, Arsenal passed it beautifully through them, and now they're in real trouble.
They are, aren't they? But
You're
for
in
Arsenal,
danger.
oh, it's a good night, isn't it? 6 long years out of the Champions League, but I tell you what, it was worth the wait for the fans and for Mikel Arteta. All of those pro players, 3 goals up at half-time. Can they score more in the second? We'll find out soon.
I'm gonna. I give up. This is a man. There we go. It's just going to freeze it. So, that's a lot. You know what? It must start with A actually. It must start with A. A, C.
You got it.
I done it just this second. I'm looking at the and it's in alphabetical order, so it had to be AC something, and then I saw Ake, which wasn't there.
It's in alphabetical order, is it?
Yeah. If you looked at it from the top left. I only just realised I'm not that smart.
Well, it must be if you got it. What was it?
Ake.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I can do the next one for you. I might do it easier this time, as I've watched that how it goes.
Well, I could have sort of. You can not pay for it, but you earn things and then you can get a free letter.
You not got a TV?
What?
You not got one?
No, I'm not having one. Oh, because I got that.
I could one.
Because I finished that, I've won 20 gold coins. Thanks, Steve.
Cool.
It's alright for 5p, wasn't it?
Hmm.
Oh, I'm in a new destination. Oh, I should do that one in a minute then. Oh, it feels warm in here, doesn't it? Because we've got no windows open. Poor little bear. He was at the front, the Burke. Oh, last time he was waiting out there, he was in that box. No, I want it going round the front. He doesn't
This
even
is a
want
bear
lot.
as well.
Oh, how fatty can you get? Got ya. You'll eat one on its own. Oh,
What's wrong with him lately? Someone giving him a brain transplant, he don't want to eat any treats.
oh, get him in there. That's it. Got you that time, didn't I?
You think it's his life's... What's the word?
What? Ready, Bear? Very cool. He thinks he's clever. Now, you know they're the same treats as what you just said you didn't want. Mind you, perhaps it's because you didn't want to come right over. Here's the first part. Join us. There.
What's wrong with this? Click on the bloody tweet.
Yeah, it's up here. His tail's swishing around. What are your tail swishing around for? So who are the goal scorers, do? You remember?
Saka, Trossard, Jesus. The front three, basically.
This weekend, they are back in the Premier League. They travel to Burnley, potentially a huge game for United, and certainly all eyes on them and Erik Ten Hag as well. Over at the Emirates, we can see Alexander Zinchenko very animated there as he anticipates what could be in this second half. It's gone so well in the opening 45 minutes. Arsenal 3-0 up as it stands. Let's hand you back to our commentary team. Get ready to kick off. Lucy Ward, but first, Paul Dempsey.
Thanks again, Rushman. Admiration far and wide just listening to the comments from the studio for what Arsenal have achieved so far tonight. Still only half-time, of course. Still only very early in the season. And he's still a very demanding taskmaster, so he may want more, Arteta. Would you agree, Lucy?
Certainly, I just think that he's evolving this group of players. He's added, the recruitment's been really smart. Trossard, I think, is a key signing. I think the building connections up all the way around the pitch. The right hand side played together for a long time, but the left hand side just needs a little bit of work. But Trossard really adds to that.
PSV get the game underway in the second half. 3-0 down. A long way from giving Arsenal a testing evening so far. It is tested immediately, however. Bosch sticking with the plan, at least in terms of personnel for PSV. Lang was bright early, gets away from Saka, into the penalty box. Then he took on Ben White.
Get up!
If you're picking out a problem for Arsenal, then I think Lang is it. I think he probably needs a little bit of help, Ben White, in defending against it 1v1. He looks really, really bright on that left-hand side. He's got really quick feet. Puts his head up and has a look, and he got into the box. He had a bit of a complaint to the referee. He got caught. I just think he got his legs caught around the defender.
I think I jinxed him when I mentioned to everybody tonight that he's got a great record on big debuts. This is a Champions League debut for PSV.
Did you see him?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you put that box down there.
Yeah, can I?
That's a really heavy box.
So I should put it back up there because I was going to put it on.
I wouldn't, because it's quite
I was going to put my iPad on there and film myself on the TV and me, but I just decided to do the.
I don't know what you've been arguing, but it wastes time.
Saliba in his
Oh,
own
is
good
it?
time.
What the heavy?
Rasmus Højlund has scored for Manchester United.
Oh, come. Did you open the door? Did you open the door to the postman?
That levels it up here in terms of the yellow card score. Gabriel
Yeah,
Jesus
a few days ago.
on the receiving end here. I think Oscari has been itching to do that for some
Yeah,
time
yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, I saw the opportunity.
So,
Oh, look at the rain there.
This is slippy enough to do it, but far too late. No, I really want to see Arsenal really just keep going and blow PSV away. I think it'll raise the belief and the confidence within this group of players at this level. Raise the mentality of I know they've got an important game at the weekend, but I just think that what it can add to these players and their mentality, First Champions League game for a long time, and they've just stood up to the test.
Did you just shut that window? Oh, so good.
I don't think we can quite claim that PSV are European royalty, but they've got a magnificent history. I mentioned the very long sequence of years in which they have competed in Europe, going back all the way consecutively to the mid-70s. And it will be noticed by everybody. Gabriel Jesus, he goes on.
The thing is, they must be good enough to qualify.
Okay, gets a free kick the other way.
Who?
PSV.
Yes, yeah.
Might be clutching at straws a little bit when we remind ourselves of how Arsenal's level of achievement in Europe in the Champions League tailed off following the final of 2005-06. But after the defeat to PSV, there was a lot of European royalty in the following years who saw them out in the round of 16 or quarter-final. Successive years, Liverpool, Manchester United, Barcelona twice, Milan, Bayern twice, Monaco who were in there. Purple patch in Europe in that season, which was 2014-15, then Barcelona and then Bayern again. So that's the positive reading of history, I guess.
Yeah, but I think it's a challenge for this group of players. They only know what they know, and their experience in recent years have been together. It's a really positive one for the fans to look at how this group actually develops. They've been growing with the manager. I think it's worked.
It'll be good.
This is your captain, Odegaard, into Gabriel Jesus.
Oh, what you just should have shot first time.
Easy to say afterwards, but that might have been poor if he'd hit it first time.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Rice doing what Rice does, but he's penalised for it here.
And it's a good ball, Odegaard. But the
Cut me out.
touch, again,
What?
Jesus, he just makes it look
Sound like-
absolutely simple.
Sound like that's now.
Again, all the decision making.
Oh,
I don't know.
it could well be.
Forward by
Just
Tenzin.
shut in somewhere up there.
Here is Sober. I
Well,
mentioned that
Bears
he
is good,
has
isn't
played a lot in the wider areas. Is Bosch going to
Bears
move
don't
him out
sound like
there
that.
and
He's got
ask him to
a
come
high now
in?
with that.
He does come in, and he got a nice little touch back. Arsenal seeking to crowd him out. Zinchenko didn't launch that. He gave it to
Probably someone's
Odegaard, who played
kid.
an even more cute ball, and it didn't work out. Dest has it. Schouten. Now Lang.
Bloody Flagstone, good catch in the corner. Nice catch in the corner and
Elegantly done by Havertz. Zinchenko. To what degree does this performance by Arsenal just take the weight off the shoulders of Kai Havertz?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think he's got it in him. He will settle down eventually in this Arsenal team.
Power play by Ben White. Saka left it for Odegaard.
Oh, I should have shot. You
No.
leave it too late and then they all close in on them.
Gabriel Jesus didn't reach Havertz. Trossard scurrying after it, very nearly did get it. Rice again does what Rice does. It's hard to play against that. And as always in this modern era, the new Emirates watching the new Arsenal, so often the crowd are an extra man, electrifying.
Yeah, they're liking what they're seeing. This Arsenal crowd. Signings fitting in. Declan Rice just makes them a bit more resilient.
Basil's out there.
Can disrupt their opponents better with him in the team. The ground that he covers, his decision making, when to drive, when to just change the tempo is excellent. Just gives them that platform for central areas.
Must come out with the box. Really like there.
Bayern Munich lead by 3 goals to 1 now. Against Manchester United, Harry Kane with a penalty.
Is that all we can manage?
Lang to Dest. Rice again.
So that sort of movement is what PSV need. Inside fullback, just making it a run beyond and then trying to find this. They're plugging away. They're still trying to do that in the final third, but 3-0 down. It's a problem for them. Have to be more pragmatic, not to concede anymore, but they have to take chances if they even think about getting back in this game.
Bakayoko trying to test out Zinchenko, but he's been so good tonight, Zinchenko. The giveaway by Gabriel.
Yeah, but I wrote them down.
Trossard came to help.
I was going to check because the gas we couldn't see properly, but I was going to check with the last reading. See what it was.
Saliba. Bella hauled Gabriel Jesus to the ground, but it didn't matter much to Arsenal. Bukayo Saka. Just did well. And now a little bit of space for Lang. On his best nights, he can hurt teams from these positions. Goes infield with it, right into the traffic, carried it well. Bakayoko. Luke de Jong wanted it rolled to him. He goes alone and it's straight at Raya.
There's actually a chance to exploit the space left by White and Saka going further up the pitch, but Lang chooses to go inside. And he's the one, isn't he? If PSV are going to create anything, it's going to come from him. It's a nice little duo when Zinchenko goes inside the side of Declan Rice. It's again, Arteta keeps saying it, he just wants more control for longer periods of time in games, and I think they're certainly developing that as a group.
I don't know his personal circumstances since moving to London, but I hear he's got a leasehold on the centre circle here. Not bad for a left back.
Who's had to move to London?
Didn't even mentioned.
We can see what the idea was. The target was Jesus.
Yeah, we'll give him that. Probably the first poor thing he's done all night. Trossard.
Picking on him.
Give away by Bakayoko. Odegaard first time. That looked close to being offside, I must say. It was offside, Trossard. Odegaard sees the picture frighteningly well, doesn't he?
Yeah, his football IQ. Odegaard, intelligent, understands space, understands his position. Those 2-8s that do play, even Havertz, are very aware of the space in front and behind the back four of opposition, so those sort of opposite movements with the wide players just create space and chances for this Arsenal team.
Gabriel across there first. It was interesting listening to Odegaard speaking as the young captain of Arsenal. I mentioned that debut for Strong Gotset in a qualifier at the age of just 15. That was his first ever taste of the biggest competition. And he did play a few group games at Real Madrid, but they were during the lockdown, and he said, this is why I can't wait for this occasion tonight. And I think for him, he'd say afterwards, it's living up to all his expectations.
Yeah, if you think about a player that epitomises Arteta's Arsenal, he has certainly grown with the manager and grown with this team.
De Jong has epitomised PSV and their power play, but he's come off second best there against Declan Rice.
Yeah, a little bit loose with that first touch, Declan Rice, so he had to make sure with the second one, and I think the follow through is what De Jong's arguing about with him. He ain't going to back down though.
Real reading.
Yeah.
Rice is trying to say that whatever he did, he didn't mean to do it. I'm not sure he did. I think a player's natural reaction.
They're all mates again now.
Yeah, he has that little touch that's just gone too much. You recognise he comes in, but he didn't mean to. I mean, players do other players like that, but I'm not so sure that Declan Rice meant to do that.
So Tommy Yasu,
Here he is, Mum.
Reece Nelson are being introduced.
The guy I've got recently injured on my career mode.
Alright, what's his name?
Reece Nelson.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Zinchenko, one of those with some heavyweight
seems to be
European
quite
experience.
electric.
A final and a semi-final in the UEFA Champions League. And
Well, it
Trossard
was
has
an
scored another
estimated
lovely goal
reading last
tonight.
time, but I don't know
And
how
the players coming
it's
on.
5-5-8-4.
I should just remind everybody that Nelson, during his time on loan at Feyenoord, did play in the European final, of course.
I think Nelson has done well in the games that he's played last season. He's come
Go
on,
and check
he's
that.
been effective.
Electricity
I think
reading.
that's probably a nod to the weekend, isn't it? Zinchenko and Trossard just been given
some
a little bit of time off.
reading when it isn't.
Toriaso just looks like he's slipped into the Zinchenko role. Not sure he's quite as good at it technically. Sort of better coming from behind play, but he certainly has the temperament and defensive qualities.
It's a pain in the arse looking in on his AOL on the computer. Well, he's logging me out. Looks like it. It's come up with a sign
To be
with
fair
his
to
name on
Havertz,
it.
of watching him last part of this game, and he's made the runs. He's made some good runs, not being found on all of them. So if you're looking at his game and trying to get him fitted in, he certainly has that intelligence about him.
Ran nicely for Saibari, but he didn't go forward with it. Boscani to the left. With the left, I should say. And with the left foot, the cross comes in. Very tame indeed for Bakayoko. Picking apples out the orchard tonight, those crosses for Raya.
Is it a question mark?
Saka.
Or exclamation mark?
And we know that Arsenal like to consistently attack wide, and Saka's eyes certainly line up where he's desperately turning around and asking for a little bit of help. It's not easy to defend against Saka. Goal, 1 assist, so fine.
You got your stopwatch on these corners, given what happened at the weekend.
It's looking into his.
We haven't had a short one tonight yet, have we?
Yeah.
From Arsenal.
But because I'm already...
Since they got the set piece coaching, I think they've been very, very inventive and clever the way that they work set pieces. Arsenal.
Traffic lights chopped in half by ULEZ
Hey?
protesters.
That was a real teaser, wasn't it?
It's always decoy runners from the far to the near, just to leave one at the far post and try and reach him.
Back out to Saka.
Soccer.
Did so well with that. Reece Nelson.
Across the ball. I want another goal.
Rice.
Set of traffic
Gabriel.
lights in Dartford have been completely cut in half. In
This is
the
Havertz.
latest
Rolls it to
anti-ULEZ
Rice.
attack, that's what they call it.
Odegaard.
How can you attack a lamppost?
Still alive potentially for Arsenal. Nelson's done well. They're queuing up for Arsenal here. Gabriel Jesus turns it around the post.
It's a clever little ball in. Havertz. It's in that inside channel, and sort of runs into the box, so important. Nelson, he just created all that himself. Really well won, really bright and alive with
That camera by
passing.
Lidl was like that.
He has a look off and he's not having a shot, it's just a little dink in. Can he find Jesus?
Fairman forward. You know what? Since Sangari's moved on, sold to Nottingham Forest, Joey Fairman is playing a deeper role, and I just question whether that suits him in this PSV lineup.
We've seen Veerman over the last couple of seasons, likely to get forward. You know, a player with a lot to prove in terms of, he's shown a lot about himself. I'm not saying there's a couple of players, I think Saibari as well. He works best in space. Veerman works best further up the pitch, and his shots from outside of the area.
They've been painting them
It's
as
just
well.
not quite clicking here tonight.
Easier way to do it, isn't it?
Same player, Veerman, in that little playmaker role.
Yeah.
much trouble for him.
And again, well, to
Picture
Skelton.
appeared on a Facebook
To Sobani.
group,
Solid defending from Arsenal.
and it was captioned, "Let's hear it
Pat
for
on
the
the back
lad
for
sitting on the
Gabriel from
ladders."
his captain.
Probably one of the differences between the two teams is how Arsenal defended edge of the box. They are engaging. PSV are getting, particularly first half, bodies around the ball and around players, but just not dueling, not getting in there and making sure that the Arsenal players their head down and try and tackle. Not really got close to Arsenal, particularly in the first half. Just sort of gone into a lull a little bit in the second half, as we probably would expect after that third goal.
Some fairly combative customers on this PSV bench. Sharon Di Sambo, Andre Ramalho, Gust Thiel. Van Aanholt obviously can hold his own, but until this point in the game, PSV have persisted with the lineup, and now there will be a couple of changes, and one of them's going to be Hirving Lozano, along with Malik Tillman. Apparently, they were signalling furiously to get them on a moment ago, and unfortunately for them, Felix Fire never turned in their direction. Dion does get ahead on it. Saliba at work. You stood to applaud that, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, he's a perfect balance of athleticism and composure. Perfect for a centre-back.
Whoops.
Odegaard forward. He knew Saka would be there somewhere.
It just went blurry for 2 seconds.
So two of the new faces this season for PSV. Hirving Lozano back at PSV, where he had a great spell early in his career. Hasn't happened tonight for Johan Bakayoko as he would have hoped. Lozano, as he hoped, went to Napoli to play a big part in the title, the historic title in Italy. It didn't really quite work out that way for him, I'm afraid. And Malik Tillman for Saibari. But what a hand from the PSV crowd Lozano gets as he comes on. Just so right on the end of the transfer window.
Our returning hero, Lozano.
I mean, he has been a very good player, Lucy.
You missed it. Happened like I found her.
Came on at the weekend. Argued over who was taking a penalty as well. Didn't get to take it. Certainly made his mark.
Saka holds up Dest.
He's probably just done 2 or 3 of those, Ryan, if you're going to pick at his game. But other than that, I think he's done well.
And a big roar as the crowd see Emile Smith-Rowe being prepared by Arteta, along with Fabio Vieira. Here's Hirving Lozano. Thiel again cannot get a clear jump at it. Scrutiny from Dest. And I think it's well known what the Arsenal crowd think about these two young men. Fabio Vieira, a young man growing up very fast according to his manager and starting to show some real quality displays. Gabriel Jesus hammering home. Arsenal third, late in the
Does that mean
first half.
Trossard's going up front? What's Trossard scoring?
Strolling on, surely very contented with his performance tonight. Smith Rowe for him.
Must mean
Also withdrawn for Vieira.
Yeah, I think Smith Rowe's been really unlucky with injuries. It's just sort of
Nelson's
stuck in his
on there.
development. A couple of seasons ago, he was absolutely flying. I think Fabio Vieira's got so much potential to be an elite player. He's shown a lot in recent games.
What, see what it's on Tuesday?
Dest.
No, I was looking at photos. It says look at all the photos that are on your emails. It's giving me a thing. I've just deleted it.
Trying to really buy into this. We've got Vieira cries all around us. You know why, don't you? Well, listen, if he keeps on going, who knows how close Fabio might get to Patrick. We can all hope.
Absolutely, I mean, this crowd has been starved of Champions League for a number of years, and shouldn't they enjoy this night?
It reached De Jong. Got a lot to do. It's like as a football fan, you see, you know yourself, you wait years and years to dust off an old song. What about Havertz? Is that well? Emil Smith Rowe. Wide for Nelson. Good win back by Smith Rowe. Nelson again.
It was.
No, I mean that's quick.
Space of plenty on the edge of the box.
Of course!
I don't care what I was doing, I just did it out of interest.
He doesn't miss those!
Some sort of emblem off of
Who leads by example in every way.
I'll tell you what, we've seen some really technically gifted goals, well-struck goals tonight. And that's up there with the Erdegaard.
They just like.
Initially that was
Four different
Havertz
scorers.
just carrying his team forward. Clever little passing. But he just
I love a Smith Rowe goal as well.
drove towards Erdegaard to get himself into that space. Good play by Smith Rowe, keeping the ball moving. And that's
Come on,
what
he
Arsenal
needs
do
two in
is
his
they
half,
also
come on.
Can they find those gaps? Wasn't there, but it certainly was there. What a finish.
Still 100s quicker than everybody else, isn't it?
So what I was trying to do, what I'm
That's
doing is
crazy sport.
just that gives you.
I've certainly seen a lull in this second half compared to the first, but so important that Arsenal just keep turning the screw if they can. And pure dominance in this game.
Thing for the printer there.
Lucy, it's a real night to stir the blood for the Arsenal crowd, raising the spectre of some of the greats of yesteryear. We mentioned Patrick Vieira a moment ago. That goal was Liam Brady, reincarnate.
Put it through. I'm sure I got the right.
And he might go again.
I mean, positive for Arsenal as well. It was Havertz's clever run and holding the ball and just bringing others into play.
Lozano trying to go the other way. Nicely done by White.
8-1-0.
This could yet get ugly for PSV. Arsenal are picking it up again, and the fresh players want to make their mark on this big night. Reece Nelson among them, goes on the outside.
It's a good point that Paul Subs who come on and just raise the level. I think it's just what was needed. They want to score goals. He knows that the players on the bench, when he turns around and looks at them to bring them on, that they want to prove themselves.
It's quite hard to see the last one.
Doesn't really matter, does it? 6-9-9-7.
So you don't reckon the electricity went up?
I'm not sure yet. I'll have to compare.
Don't forget the UEFA Champions League highlights show. I think you might be seeing some of this action in it tonight from Arsenal.
It's been estimated really.
Thursday night, huge night of UEFA Europa League and Conference League action.
You can't really do it with stuff like that.
I'll be able to do it
Featuring
next
all
week.
of Liverpool, Aston Villa, Brighton and West Ham in
I'll
action.
do another estimate.
And in the Premier League on the weekend, Burnley against Manchester United.
Yeah, if we was trying to compare that playing form and stuff.
I can't now, can I? If I've got estimated readings. They're not accurate readings.
I'll take this as long as we get a clean sheet.
Tomiyasu. Smith Rowe. The big test for the youngest group of this Arsenal squad at the moment, Lucy, that the young players can show they're stronger and better for last year. And at the moment, there's one example, Fabio Barrea, the way he started the season.
Turn up a shoot.
This is move centrally, have some really clever little touches. All in the build-up, bringing others into it, dropping in that nine. Good feet, Vieira. There's quite a lot of bodies in the way here. And this shot.
What's that?
Now, no Saka on corner kick duty. Are you going to get your wish now for a short corner routine? Odegaard's come out for a little conference with Vieira.
5814 55598.
No, it's just a very clever subterfuge, all that. What about the shoulder from Reece Nelson? That's pushing it a bit, isn't it? But they are 4-0 up, I guess.
So 55598
Fabio Vieira.
was the last reading. Estimated
Deep cross.
reading.
Just a shade too deep for Gabriel.
55814. That's what. Yeah, but this one's the proper reading. 216. Full up. So it's lower
I think the
than.
raw for Declan Rice speaks for itself.
They charged me for 290 last night.
Once more, what he signed up for and what the crowd, the Arsenal support,
216.
wanted to see from him.
Who's coming on? Oh. Jorginho getting some minutes as well.
So the thing about him is he plays well himself, but he affects others around him, and that's a sign of a really top-class player.
I don't know why it's so low. Could be because.
Romano is about to be introduced for PSV. Jorginho has come on for Arsenal, as you saw. Bella Kotchap makes way for the visitors.
I mean, don't forget we've had.
The other player coming on, Jordi Vertesen for Lang. It has not sparked tonight for Lang.
Oh, I know why. Look,
Lozano.
it's 8 days. Because you had to give them a reading on the 30th of June.
Confident header backward by Smith Rowe, and he accepts the ball.
Up to the 30th of June, and then you had to give them another.
Gabriel forces a throw.
That's all it is. It's just an extra reading.
It's just about being professional in terms of the defensive work as well. Arsenal.
It is low.
Gabriel's looking a little bit uncomfortable. But we don't want to risk any sort of injuries. Mikel Arteta leading into the important game of the weekend.
Yeah, but, oh yeah, well that's what they estimate. But compared with some of them that haven't been estimated, it's still lower. Like their actual readings. What is it work out to? 216? That's right. That's good. It's good to see that.
Well, saving 60
Into the
odd
Young.
kilowatts. Always good.
The side by Scouten. Takes it forward. Lozano. Doing his best to make something else down the right, but he just conceded a free kick instead.
Mate, you're 4-0 down. Stop complaining.
We've seen small amount of glimpses of his team, but a little bit of naivety as well, particularly in the first half where that's where they lost the game. Just having so much space, committing players up the pitch and then not engaging, not really passive in the press.
Kilowatt hours, yes.
There's a lot more, even in 21 it was 369, 364 on a couple of readings.
Yeah. I like 100.
No, that's an estimated one. I'm going to go to page 2.
Jorginho
These are
on the
better.
prowl
These are my
now
readings.
without Rice.
Just a couple of estimated.
As much as Zinchenko may be a voice
Yeah.
in preparation for games like this, Jorginho surely also.
Yeah, well that's the same thing that happened there. Well, I did
Was
a
he not
reading
selected
that
as
goes
man
later.
of the tournament in the year when he won it? I think he was, wasn't he,
Yeah, it's
Jorginho?
still higher, these
Jorginho
ones.
is a
That
key
one
player
wasn't.
in this Arsenal squad in terms of seeing out games.
Most of them are
If he
higher.
starts a game, he's a real leader. He likes to attempt forward passes, exactly what this Arsenal team needs. Probably needs legs round him. They accept that, but in terms of his technical quality and passing forward, excellent.
Yeah, it was that one was.
Wasn't so popular, of course, when Chelsea beat Arsenal in the Europa League final, was it?
In the 21, 22. That's 150.
Tillman, we've spoken a lot about the introduction off the bench of PSV with these stronger players, but that's not how to do it.
But in terms of getting closer to Arsenal, they needed to a little bit more physical, a little bit like that.
A little bit earlier.
Yeah, perhaps.
La 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 la.
It's not as long as the 31st or
No,
the
I don't know
22nd.
what they keep doing. They kept doing things, didn't they? To do with the cost of fuel and all those added extras they were doing.
Well, once you've done it for a few more months,
Once they've done it for next month, it'll probably be lower, even lower. Because there's a possibility you won't be using your air conditioning quite as much over the
won't be
next.
using it probably at all.
Well, next week's going to be 23.
I bet.
Skimmed along up to Harvest by the goalkeeper.
No,
Because I already know that main base well.
I'm not saying that's the seriously, but all I'm saying.
Lucy, goalkeeper picture
Right,
right
it's still
now.
gonna be
Are we about to have
23
another
degrees.
debate as to who starts for Arsenal at the weekend, do you think?
Well, I mean, he brought Raya in for a reason, didn't he?
Yeah,
Arteta.
it does contribute, but I do
And
know
I think that the way that the story's unfolded, the proof's in the pudding, and he's picked him for
but
two
yeah,
big games, first Champions League game for a number of years, and it's probably up to Ramsdale to get himself back in.
Be interesting to see it in terms of pounds.
I mean, it's ruthless, and
Always well over.
he's trying to drive the standards higher in the group, but he's not afraid of being ruthless, that's for sure. We've seen it a number of times over the last few seasons.
Oh, I need to get one more.
Lovely layoff by Havertz. Smith Rowe out in front of Nelson.
Do you reckon?
Oh, oh no, come on, Smith
Not
Rowe.
quite for Smith Rowe. Now Nelson, his shot's blocked. Fabio Vieira.
Getting a bit slack there, Steve.
What?
White.
Well, just because
Got
they've
there.
got goals up.
Tell you what, Arsenal fans are spoiled
Can't
with
help
early
all the
goals.
time.
His quality,
Interesting to
it's
see.
just accepted as a norm here.
Going for.
He really is high level.
should give you the points.
I mean, we'll get play the match.
Hey, well done. Oh, it,
Won't be well. His best
He
years
should
are
be
still in
somewhere.
front of him as well.
electricity. Oh, I've still got credits coming in. I forgot there was credits. I'm still doing credits
Offside.
on bills.
I suppose for PSV, the only consolatory thought at the end of this tonight. Well, we've got 3 home games. Very, very strong at home. 2 wins and a draw will put us firmly in the hunt, if we can get that.
Yeah, I certainly think that they were aiming for second in the group. I think they realised that Arsenal are probably the strongest, and this is going to be a difficult game, but I think they thought it was going to be a little bit closer than it has been tonight. And you know that they can score goals. And it's about the group phase, it's about all the games, trying to get as many points as possible just to progress. This is just a blip in the road for them.
I've got absolutely no head to tell what that's all about. But it don't matter as long as it charges me for my money.
Ferguson trying to inject a bit of power into the front end of this PSV side late on. Gliding the other way was Odegaard. Fabio Vieira still sticking out on the right side, stretching PSV, giving Des plenty to think about. Jorginho. Smith Rowe. Back by Nelson to Tomiyasu.
PSV seem to be like in a trance.
Or maybe it's just because Arsenal are too
Havertz
good.
in the 9 position has just offered something a little bit different for Arsenal, something for Arteta to think about. He does his best work outside the box, linking play up, deft little touches, his movement.
Come on.
Alright, since his move
Oh,
to the
get another
centre.
goal.
Tells you here. A standing charge is 38
Through his career as a whole, when it's worked very, very well, hasn't it? But the problem is, maybe because he's such a good technical footballer, he has been moved around. They've not left him to play there all the time.
Privilege
Nelson.
of having electricity.
Oh.
Fabio Vieira had a go at that one, not
Vieira.
Thomas Company have got to that, I don't think. Looking bigger and stronger, beginning to make more of an impact early in this season, Fabio Vieira.
That's a new Terry.
I think he's confident. I think that he's been developed into this team really well by Arteta. I think the player feels valued, he feels like he can add value. He's somebody who's developing.
28p. I've just been on the standard rate. It won't make any difference to do anything else the last couple of years. I wasn't making They always do.
A few are leaving, and it's not because of the quality of the football tonight, it's because they don't have the cue for the tune in the rain.
Looking around to see what the best one was. The difference is. Ooh. So I'm on a standard tariff. Would you be charging an electric vehicle?
Benitez took a long time over that and then thought, I've got nothing on here, I'll just give my opposite number a little touch or two.
I had an off-peak electricity thing.
PSV have done.
Have you got any other tariffs?
Saliba. Great take by
Pulling it
Robert
back.
here. Made Scout to look a little bit silly.
Yeah, you're in the book, mate.
Very good tariff. He's going down.
Scout had said during the week,
So it
I'm so
varies.
looking forward to
I
life
can
in the
change
UEFA
it when
Champions
they
League
like.
because it gives every footballer the chance to show their technical ability, and he's just actually given a little clinic on that in reverse.
Listen, every experience is a good experience. Moving forward, these PSV players will certainly learn from that. And a clever little touch, talking about his technical ability, Havertz, in essential areas.
250 kilowatts. That's only per month.
Manchester United have been chasing and chasing
Oh.
in Munich. They've got a little bit closer thanks to Casemiro. 3-2 late on.
So the variable one, they say, is going down soon.
Yeah.
some of them charge exit fees.
Jorginho to Vieira. Well played. Smith Rowe. Nelson. Still Nelson. Now Tomiyasu. Smith Rowe, Nelson really in each other's way, but somehow they've got a corner out of all of that.
Yeah, just raise the intensity and tempo of the game since they've come on. Reece Nelson, Smith Rowe, all wanting to make a point, make a mark on this game.
If you choose a variable tag, the rates will be going down. Prices you pay won't change until the 1st of October.
Short corner to Odegaard. And it was certainly within the 30 seconds, wasn't it? On that debate, this quick restart by Arsenal at the free kick. But Lucy, it was pointed out at the weekend when people started arguing about how many seconds you should be given for a corner. Nobody ever says how long you can get to take a free kick. 1 second or...
Well, when you take it quick, the
This is
bloody ref
pointless.
always blows his whistle.
This is pointless.
What?
Then bring him on a blank.
9 minutes?
No, it's in a substitute.
Oh. I thought he'd put up 9 minutes.
Well, he's not had the best night of a season where nearly everything else has gone right. And another of their brighter young talents, Ricardo Pepi, signed in the summer, has come on.
This chap standing charge 29p a day.
Yeah. Well, over 30 days on it's only about 10.
Pepi signed from Augsburg in the Bundesliga in Germany.
11 minutes work.
Might be 4 or 5 minutes added.
The drum beat is counting down the seconds to 90 minutes.
I suppose if you changed and the rate went down, that's alright, but what about if it goes up? Can you change back to your normal tariff? There's no fee. Says
Tell with a very telling goal for Bayern Munich. 4-2 now.
that
And
could
that
have gone
game
up, couldn't it?
also
You know,
counts down to the last couple of minutes. Manchester United still need 2 to get something.
you don't think that's happening, mate.
I won't worry about it.
Fiman. That was a lively ball either way, wasn't it? Just seen out by Ben White.
Just about being thorough out for Arsenal. They'll want to keep the clean sheet. I think that's important.
I wonder that took out.
A perfunctory 3 minutes here.
Look, he found this dog who's broken his back legs. Poor little thing. And he made it a customised wall. The, look,
Yes.
they're probably completely broken.
Saliba headed that one clear. Jezza. Tommy
Because
also
they
went
can
on
usually
properly
manage
here.
with 3 legs quite well, dog. Oh, look at him.
Running on 2 legs, wasn't
Well, he was dragging his legs behind him. But they're probably paralysed. His back legs, not just broken. Probably
Bosch's
had
men have never given Raya a real problem tonight at any point, have they?
I mean, they got the ball in the final third and it looked promising, but he's dealt with every ball into the box. I think the centre-backs have been excellent as well. I think they've dealt with any sort of 1v1s that they've had to deal with.
And you know what, Lucy, watching PSV in the qualifiers and playoffs, some of the service into De Jong was so good. They really profited from that, and Arsenal have completely nullified that tonight.
I think Arsenal have been electric at times, given a lot of space. I think it was gone as a contest at 3-0. It's a little bit more lulls in the second half. Really, really good individual performances throughout this Arsenal squad, and players come off the bench and shown that they have the quality to play at this level as well.
Jorginho to White. Odegaard. Vieira. I think Felix Suarez as keen as everybody else to get out of the rain. He's looking at his watch. Gabriel, Nelson. Maybe one last hurrah for Arsenal here. Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Nelson, Vieira. That was the last hurrah. There's been a lot of them tonight. 6 years waiting, and no one's going to claim that it's all been a fun-filled ride at all. But tonight, on the biggest stage, Arsenal have shown everybody what they have been building toward under Arteta. That which so nearly took them to the title last season. That wasn't to be, but what a season of promise this shapes to be. PSV pulverised in the rain here. Arsenal back with a big win, and they're in time to enjoy it tonight at least. Tomorrow, time to start thinking about Tottenham. But a fabulous 4 to earn the 3 points in the Europa Champions League. Bosch's men beaten out of sight. What a way to start. Arsenal 4, PSV 0. Reshmi.
Paul Dempsey and Lucy Ward, thank you very much. Yes, what a triumphant return to the Champions League for Arsenal after those 6 miserable years away. It looks like a miserable night in North London, but I tell you what, apart from Leandro Trossard there are big smiles all around because they know they've done a huge job here this evening. It is only the first game, it is 3 points, but it was the manner of the victory that really pleased Mikel Arteta and his men. PSV Eindhoven, a side who hadn't been lost again in 26 matches before this one, is the body blow for them in Group B, but for Arsenal, they march on. Okay, just so you are all aware that the BT Sport app will be closing on the 12th of October. If you want to keep streaming TNT Sports, though,
The champions.
Discovery Plus at no extra cost. You can use the QR code on your
Good
screen
night.
right